We are live. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? I hope everyone is doing all right. Uh, Happy to report that hey, I'm feeling a little bit better than that last time. I mean, I know it was rough, and I really didn't care for it. But if you missed it, by all means, go check it out, and you might learn a thing or two. So we're going to go ahead and jump onto this map. Now, this map, I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. I'm actually going to try to finish within this hour. So I guess let's go ahead and stop talking. So what I'm working with here is a 30 by 30. So that's 2,100 pixels by 2,100 pixels. Okay, and I already took the liberty of adding the grid. All right. So here we go. We have our 30 by 30. All right, and I also took the liberty of sketching out what I have planned for this. All right. Now some of this is just general stuff that just pretty much an outline, and we're going to try to follow this outline as best as we can. So why don't we go ahead and jump in? So we have this is actually going to be featured in a game. I'm hoping that my players will enjoy this. So basically what we have here, we have this cavern. My players are going to have to visit a cavern. Now this is a small map compared to how I really wanted to do the dungeon or do this cavern. But I felt like I didn't have enough time to do it, so therefore we're just going to have to work on it. So here's the entrance to the cavern system. And the players will have to travel through here. They'll have some surprises here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to fill this dungeon with. I know I'm going to fill, and then there's going to be like an action point here. And then there's another room, another room, another room here, another room here with something. I don't know what. I think this is going to be like a transporting circle or something, teleportation circle or something. I haven't quite decided. And door that leads into the burial chamber. Here I'm going to put a trap. This is just a reminder for me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to draw that within the map itself, but we'll see. Or maybe I'll put something on there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, so why don't we go ahead and jump in there? Remember what we do? So I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to leave the sketch on for right now. All right. So we're going to go ahead and create our layers here. And I'm gonna use the mouse for all this stuff. So, all right. Oops, that's the wrong pattern. All right, here we go. Blending options. I'm gonna try to get this in. Let's see. All right, so the pattern overlay. Now I want this to be the floor. Okay. So I'm thinking of using. I always use that for my floor. I think I want to try. I want to try smooth stone. I want to use this, but I think I'm going to stretch it out just a bit. Okay, and then. We're going to create a new. This time we're gonna be adding some grunge. So it's going to take us. It's gonna take us a little bit of time, but I'm hoping to get through with it since we know how to do the motions and stuff like that already. Now, I have another mapping stream that I'm going to do in the future, and I'm gonna go through the whole tutorial process again. So, oh yeah, pattern overlay, multiply. And I'm thinking like some moss, maybe. Scale it up just a little bit so we can get that. So we get that tinge of green. Okay. So that's good enough for me. All right, and so here we have our floor. Okay. Now we're gonna do something a little bit different here. All right. Oh, looked like I had some from when I was sketching. Okay. So we're going to try something different here. So since this is a cavern, okay, the floor needs to be deep, all right, or it needs to give that impression that it's, you know, at least the walls themselves are jagged or whatever the case is. It's hard for me to explain on what I'm trying to say, but when you see it, you'll be like, ah, that does look like cavern walls, and that actually does look like a cavern floor. All right, and I'll show you. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to create a couple more layers, and we're going to make sure we have those selected. All right, we get our bucket tool. All right, bucket tool. We're going to add another pattern here. All right, now this pattern is going to be our walls. All right, so I'm thinking something like, no, 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 that's water, I think. Okay, we'll use this. Okay, we'll scale it back just a little bit. Perfect. Okay, we'll do that. We're gonna mess with the lighting here. We want to make it darker. Just a wee bit dark. Just a wee bit. You know. Alright, so we have that. I don't want to add anything else, so I'm going to add this, and these are going to be the walls. Now, why am I putting the walls below? I'm going to do this. Rough wall. And then I'm going to duplicate this layer because this is going to be for the smooth walls for inside the burial chamber. Smooth walls. There you go. But here's the thing, it's going to go here. Okay. Now there's a reason behind why I'm doing it in this particular fashion. Normally I'd have the floor as the base, and then I would build going up like we did with the temple. This is not going to be so much, and I'm going to show you why. I can't think of the word right now of what I'm trying to think that it is. But we'll get there. All right, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I need to add right now? Everything else I think that I'm going to add will be aesthetic right now. So let's go ahead and start building away at our. So we're gonna hit layer, layer mask. Hide, and this is going to be the same thing. We're going to add another layer mask here, layer mask, hide, and I think this is going to stay the same. So let's go ahead and get our pen tool here, get our brush. Now with this one we're going to use the soft rounded brush, all right, because we don't really want to. We want it to fade in, okay? And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do here. All right, and I think 70 pixels. If not, we'll lower it. Let's hit the floor. Let's zoom in. All right. So have our brush here. Actually, I think I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller and maybe use this one. Okay. So I'm going to switch it. What's going on here? Oh, I'm using the brush. There we go. There we go. All right, and then we're just gonna try to keep this outlined. All right. We're gonna finish this room, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here. So we're gonna zoom up. And I'm just trying to stay within the outline that I sketched out for the most part. All right. So And I'm thinking that each square is probably going to equal about 10 feet on this particular map. It gives it or maybe 20 feet. I don't know. 20 feet sounds like a pretty difficult situation to be in. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine me as a player and the GM told me, well, each square is 20 feet. I would think he was crazy. All right. And we're trying to be taking really good care of trying to stay within our boundaries here. All right. I mean, it's okay if some protrudes out of the outline. I mean, nothing can be too perfect, but we want to try to at least be somewhat perfect, you know? I like to at least challenge myself, even on some of these quick maps. Because I was actually going to start working on my own on this, and I told myself earlier, oops, I just realized it is really quiet. I don't have any music going. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. So we want to try at least be pretty decent on where that goes. Okay, zoom in. Actually, that green grass texture or pattern that we added over the rock, it actually looks really nice. That actually does look kind of nice. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just actually, you know what? Before I add the effect that I want to add to it, let's go ahead and let's finish up the entire cavern. It's not that much, and that actually looks pretty decent. Okay, get our eraser tool here. Everybody had a great Easter break. I know I did. I got a chance to spend time with family. And of course Alex's family is here and I got a chance to spend time with them, which made me really happy. I'm always happy to spend time with her family. I love her family a lot. You know, I know I have some friends of mine personally that don't really enjoy their in-laws or potential in-laws in my case, but I love my in-laws, my potential in-laws, and they make me feel so welcome and so part of the family. I can't help but to call them mom and dad sometimes. Look at that. That looks good. Went over just a little bit, but that's all right. Okay. Let's go ahead and make that bigger. And the reason I'm using that soft round brush, the soft round brush, is because when I have it bigger like this, I know that I'm not going to screw up I'm not going to go over the pattern, because you can see how it's feathered, how it's just lightly faded around the edges when I go in to erase stuff. prefer to have it that way. Alright. And then of course when you get closer to the wall, just fill it in. I honestly feel like I don't need to add any effects to this floor, but it's not, because it looks nice, but I want to go for just a little bit more detail. Just a little bit more. Not a whole lot. And I've been wanting to stream like other stuff other than this, but I just don't have like, I just don't feel like it. When it comes to video games lately, I've been feeling kind of just blah. I honestly have. I really, really have. I've just been feeling blah when it comes to video games. My go-to games so far have been World of Warships, War Thunder, Counter-Strike. I haven't counted Counter-Strike in a while. Or CSGO. I don't really play PUBG because I don't like to play PUBG by myself. Because I can't win by myself. I can always win as a team. I cannot win by myself. And not to mention my computer can't handle me streaming and playing that game at the same time. As much as I would love to stream that game. But I got a bunch of other stuff that I would really like to stream, me playing. Because I mean, I rarely play any new stuff. I like a lot of the older games that I grew up on. I really like those games. Those games I prefer to play. Those games I prefer to stream. Because they're not really graphics heavy. And also, too, they won't eat up my bandwidth. When I stream. Like this doesn't really do anything. You know. And then there's a convention that's taking place this coming weekend, April 7th and 8th, and I really want to go. It's a gaming convention for D&D, board games, and stuff like that. So if y'all live in the New Caney area of Texas, shout out to New Caney for their MagCon that's coming up this weekend. Hopefully I'll be there so I can play some board games. And I was going to run a game, but I registered too late, and it's no big deal. I'll do it. I'll get to it next year. Definitely get to it next year. Look at that. This is size 40. Okay. Size 40 is working out pretty well for me. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's pretty good. Alright, so we have ourselves, and I've done most of the creative work prior to this, because, you know, with the other one I had to, we actually sat there for like maybe like a minute or two and planned out. I didn't even do any preliminary sketches. I just went ahead and just started designing off the top of my head. And not that there's anything wrong with that, of course, but I mean, I don't really plan ahead of time. I just do it. And then I tell myself, like, man, I should have pre-planned it. you know. And then I started taking this song sounds familiar. I don't know why. Oop. Look at that. I went past. There you go. There's just so many things I want to do. Look at this. Oops, making a mistake here. Just double checking everything. Okay. Alright, and then I might actually have to create a second layer to put over this one, because I don't want to add texture to this, to the insides. So I'm probably gonna have to create, after I do this, I'm gonna duplicate this whole thing. All right. Go. That was nice. Lighthearted. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, MagCon. So it's something that I've been meaning to go to. I don't go to too many conventions, but when I've only been to one convention in my time so far, and it was in Houston, and it was Space City Comic-Con, and it was the last time they did it. It just didn't work out. It was poorly organized, from my understanding, or at least talking to the guys that were there, and they never did it again, which is kind of sad because I actually enjoyed myself. I had a lot of fun at that con, and I actually met a lot of good people there, and they're the ones that have been inviting me to all these other conventions. So. And they're amazing. They're an amazing bunch of guys. Okay. So. Oh. Look at that. Went right over. It happens. I'm trying to actually get better control with this pen and my tablet. I might actually have to look at the settings and try them out again. Because what I want to do, I actually want to start learning how to draw digitally, properly too. I have this tablet and I only use it for this stuff, and then if I'm just doodling on Photoshop, whatever the case is. And I was sitting one day this past weekend and I was just like, man, I really want to learn how to draw. And I started looking on YouTube for stuff, because I mean, this is kind of like drawing, but it's not really drawing, and I would really like to learn how to draw, you know, instead of using the eraser tool and all that stuff. Like design pretty cool assets and stuff like that, and with detail. I think that would be a lot of fun for me, on top of like everything else that I want to do. I think that's the problem with me. Okay. Is that I have all these ideas and I want to get them done. I just don't. I can't accomplish them because maybe, you know, because I find something better to do. Alright. because there was a time where I wanted to actually create and design my own game. I know we're going over the outline, but that's because I want this to go. Well, actually, maybe I don't. No, maybe I do. No, I don't. No, I don't. I want this to be there. I wanted to design my own game, but I just don't know how to do that stuff. I don't know how to use Unity. I don't know how to use the most I got close to like making my own game was probably using RPG Maker and just fiddling around, just farting around with all the stuff that's there. I mean, I love RPG Maker. It's a lot of fun. You can do a lot of cool stuff. I've played a lot of people's games. And it was a lot of fun to do. I just can't. I don't know. I'd rather be playing video games than making them. But in these moments where I'm like, I want to play, or I want to do something else other than play video games. I want to do something else other than play video games. So I'm gonna have to add another layer. I'm gonna have to add another layer, maybe. Because I was thinking about the floor inside here. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our erase job here, and let's see if we caught everything that we needed to. It looks like we did. That didn't, it took us about 20-something minutes. No big deal. Alright, so let's go ahead and play with our effects here. Alright, so we're going to add some bevel to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to set it to down. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look what we have here. Look at that. See that? Fit on screen. So I'm gonna take off the sketch. Alright. So you can see that there is a level of like depth to compared to that of the walls. Alright. Which is what we're going for. Alright, we want there to be some type of depth. And then we're going to add a little bit of texture. Let's see, should we add texture? I don't think we should. Because it looks like it's not popping through. No, we don't need to add texture. Okay, let's hit up this bevel here. Look at that. Look at that depth. That's what we really want more than anything. All right. Play with this. That's too much depth. There we go. All right. I think that's pretty good actually. And we'll add some drop shadow. Or what does inner shadow look like? Ooh, inner shadow looks pretty good. I like that. Inner shadow looks good. And we'll keep the lighting at a 120-degree angle. Alright, so we have our... Look at that. That actually looks really nice. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to have to... These little parts that are popping up right here, I don't know if that's... Yeah, see, that's leftover pieces that I missed. So now I can actually go back and what pieces are... Look at that. Look at that. Like I said, we want to be... I think I'm gonna switch over to the, and then make this smaller. Okay. Look at that. Oop. That's alright. It's not too bad. Have these like little waves. When I was in college, I would listen to music like this, except it was lo-fi. Lo-fi? I think it's lo-fi. And I loved it. When I discovered lo-fi, oh man, especially like the Studying Girl one. I know that's like really big. Wait, is that... Okay, yeah, that's supposed to be that. The Studying Girl lo-fi music. That music always like... I never wanted to study though. That was the thing. I hated... Someone's messaging me. I am... Hold on guys, 1 second. Just random people. Okay. Oops. Did I do something? Okay, there we go. So I'm thinking that this... This needs to be squared out. Okay. Now the reason behind that is because the okay. So now here comes the tricky part, something that I haven't done. Okay. Now we're gonna see how this works. Okay, see, no, so we can't do that. But it has to be this. So we're gonna do blending options. Okay, so it doesn't look like so I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm going to have to erase this part too. Let me see, because if I do that, because I think that's what's gonna happen. Oops. No. No. It's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I chose the wrong one. There we go. Something like that. Okay, so it is this one. This one is the... Okay. some odd reason. See, now this is where my Photoshop skills kind of stop. Alright, so we're gonna mess with this some more. But we're gonna do this in a minute. Okay. So let's get our marquee tool, our handy dandy marquee tool. Alright. And let's go ahead and let's see. Okay. Eraser. Actually, no. Because what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take off the floorings. All right. That's what I'm thinking too much here. We don't actually want to take too much away from the there we go, because we want the walls to have some deepness to them. Okay. And then so what I see here, there's no wall here, but there needs to be one. That looks good. It needs to be about that thickness. Okay. Okay. There we go. A little trial and error, you know? That's all it takes. So I'm thinking this part. No, because we're going to be taken away. Let's do this. Get rid of this. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna push up some more here. Like these walls here, this is totally fine if we take up Like, that's totally fine. Because if we take it away... slowly. There we go. It's somewhat even. Okay. And then now... You don't want to take too much away. At least try not to. Okay. Take off the sketch part. It's just trial and error. That's all it is. Okay. That doesn't look too bad. Alright. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a, we're gonna experiment with this room just a little bit. Okay. So, eraser. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That actually looks pretty good. This room is going to be a pain in the butt. I can already see it. I can already see. So let's do the square room. The square rooms first. There we go. And then there we go. There we go. Look at that. I should have been doing that a long time ago. Well, we can go ahead and just we can add it to our toolbox here of things that we now know how to do. All right. Now comes the fun part with this. All right. So I'm thinking maybe the lasso tool. So Okay, we'll use that. Bathroom. It's an oddly shaped room. And I didn't use the Dungeon Master's Guide to make this room, or to make this dungeon. I used, I don't know, just whatever I was feeling. Okay. Alright, so let's take our sketch off here. Alright. Alright. This actually looks pretty good. Not bad. This part probably I need to change. I probably need to go back and do it again. Let's see. Well, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. So let's take a look at our sketching here. All right, so I got these two big doors. I got a door here, door here. Okay. Now, should I create the doors, or should I not create the doors, and I should just use the doors that I have? Coming up close to the hour here, and I was hoping to get this done within an hour. But I don't see that happening. Okay. Let's go ahead and let me see. Let me open up my assets folder here. Did I actually ever create? I created some wooden doors, but I haven't created. I was thinking iron doors, maybe. And Roll20 has been down, so I can't really design anything at the moment, or at least take a look at. Or it has been it's been down all day today, and I haven't been able to play with it. Well, let's see. There's our door. Alright. Let's place the file. Okay. So let's go ahead and now we want to see. And we have our door here. Okay, so we have that. Fit on screen. I don't like this corner. I don't. Okay, that looks at least a little bit better. Yeah. Just tighten it up about right there. There we go. That looks better. Okay. Pixels. Alright. So now we need to do the doors here. But I think this is actually pretty good. And I can just add the doors myself on Roll20. Because they should have doors. Or at least free assets for doors. If not, I'm going to design them myself. I don't want to do anything of the sort right now. But let's see. Fit on screen. You know, I think this is actually pretty good, I have to admit. This actually looks pretty decent. It's a lot better than some of the other ones that I've drawn. Some of my earlier work. But you know, but that's how it goes, right? When you do art, you get better, and you look back at your artwork and your old artwork, and like, man, what was I? Why did I do that here? Or how come I didn't do that there? That's usually how it goes. Actual pixels. Fit on screen. That actually looks really good. And I think if my players were zoomed in and they were looking at the map closely, it'd be alright. Alright, guys. I think that's it for this power hour of mapping. I do appreciate it for y'all joining me really quickly. And I will see you all later in the next stream, in the next video too. Alright, I'll see y'all later. Take care. Love y'all. Thanks for the support. And when this gets uploaded to YouTube, thank you for joining me on YouTube. I do appreciate it. If you like what you see, hit the like button. Put a comment down. I read